knew it was my last. I've just been lying thinking, reliving all my past. My family and friends have left, my children are all lost, and now I'm standing in a dead cell as the sands of time fall fast. My poor heart, it is thumping, my head is fit to flood. To feel that rope around my neck and know it's there for good. I know that I am innocent and no one's understood. And now I'm standing on the gallows to be murdered in cold blood. We are creatures of darkness, killers of time, creatures of darkness, bodies in line. Hello there. So this is Hangman from the album Whatever Happened to Jugula. This one. Jugula was my first Roy Harper album. I bought it when it came out in 1980 something, and Hangman was one of the first Roy Harper songs that I taught myself how to play. Hangman in 1948-ish. I was just starting to learn guitar, and so those two songs were the ones from the album that I used to play. I used to play them both in standard tuning, and I was wrong. And I played Hangman in standard tuning for many years. Only a few years ago did I find this video on YouTube with Roy and Jimmy Page playing their Ovation guitars on a hill somewhere in England, and then I saw that Roy was playing it in a completely different way from which I used to play it. So I understood that it was in DADGAD tuning, and I reworked the song, and so this is the way I play it now, and I think it's right. Then later on this video I'll show you my standard tuning version, but now let's see how this is played. So as I said, this is in DADGAD tuning, but Roy's original version has the guitar tuned down half a tone. So instead of a D on the 6th string, you have a C sharp. Instead of an A on the 5th string, you have a G sharp, and so on. Okay, so DADGAD tuning, tuned down half a tone, like this. The interesting bit is the main riff. So this is let's start with this riff, okay? So this uses this shape here. So ring finger on the second string, 8th fret, and then index finger on the third string, 7th fret, like this. So this is the chord. So you strike this chord, and then you move your middle finger to the 4th string, 8th fret, like this. Okay? And then on the 4th string you do so 4th string on the 8th fret, and then on the 7th fret you hammer the 4th string on the 8th fret, then pull off to the 7th fret, and then pull off to open string, like this. Okay? And then you go with your middle finger to the 5th string on the 8th fret, pull off to open string, and then 7, index finger on the 7th fret, and with your middle finger you hammer on the 8th fret, and finally 4th string open. I place this really fast, so some of the subtleties of this riff are kinda lost in the process. I mean, not all of these hammerings and pull-offs come out perfect. Okay, now let me show you the chords that go with the verses. So, as we've seen, the main riff is played using this shape, and then the chords that go with the verses use this shape also, like this. What you do is, first you strike down the top strings, open, like this, and then you strike down the bottom strings with this shape, and then the third strike you take off your index finger from the chord. Last night I wasn't sleeping, I knew it was my last. So there you go to this chord, which is a power chord, a bar on the top strings, 5th fret. Here, when you do this chord, you leave the 1st string and the 2nd string open, so that you can still hear them, and then you get back to the same routine. then at the end of each verse, and now I'm standing in a dead cell, you move to this chord, which is a bar on the top strings, 8th fret, and now I'm standing in a dead cell as the sands of time fall fast, and then move back to 7th fret, and now I'm standing in a dead cell as the sands of time fall fast. Okay, and then either you go back to the second verse, my poor heart is just thumping, my head is fit to flood, or you go to the chorus. The chorus is built out of power chords exclusively, and it goes like this. Okay, so bar on the top strings, 12th fret, 10th fret, 8th fret, 7th fret. We are creatures of darkness. Okay, so this is pretty simple. And now the only detail that I want to show you is at the end. Maybe you've noticed that when I've played that short bit of the song, in the end I moved from the riff to playing the riff here down the neck. So this part here actually is played by a second guitar, while the first guitar is playing the riff here on its original position. There's a second guitar that plays the riff down there. So this is exactly the same, it's played exactly the same way, but with this chord, which is the same shape but move here down to like a D chord, and then exactly the same movement with the pick here on the 4th string and 5th string. It's exactly the same that you do here. So if you want to see exactly how this is played, you move backward on the video to the section in which I showed you how to play this part, because it's played exactly the same. So okay, now just out of curiosity and as a bonus, I'm going to show you how to play this in standard tuning, like I did for many years, as I said on the beginning of this tutorial. So in case you are too lazy to tune your guitar to DADGAD tuning, you can actually play this in standard tuning and it sounds pretty good, as you will see. So this guitar is tuned to standard tuning, but tuned down half a tone, so that it is in the same pitch as the original version on the album and the guitar that I've used earlier on this tutorial. So the difference here for the main riff that goes like this is played exactly the same way, but instead of doing that chord that we've seen before on the DADGAD tuning version, you use D minor here, and you, instead of playing those licks on the 4th and 5th string like you do on the riff on the original version, you play them on the 3rd and 4th strings. But they're played exactly the same way. So I'm not going to show you in detail what's going on here, because it's exactly the same movement with your fingers, okay? But you do it on the 3rd and 4th string. And then at the end of the song, that second guitar, you can do it here the same way. Now for the chords that go with the verses, instead of this chord you use D minor and take off your middle finger from the 3rd string. Last night I wasn't sleeping, I knew it was my last. So G and D minor. And then at the end, and now I'm standing in the dark cell as the sands of time fall fast. So A sharp and A. As the sands of time fall fast. And now for the chorus. We are creatures of darkness. So this is D minor, C, A sharp, and A. Okay. So as you see, this is pretty simple, and it sounds good the same, so you choose now.